I just made a video a few days ago talking about Mandy and Maurice. Mandy had thousands of dollars in her hands and she was flexing it on her haters on Instagram as Maurice recorded her. And she made all these posts talking about how she doesn't need anybody anymore. And after that, in typical Mandy Maurice fashion, they went and ran off to Vegas, and now they're in Vegas spending all this money, gambling, vacationing. Mandy posted, y'all with, okay, I think she wrote this wrong. I think she meant to say, y'all will never shut me up. Unfortunately, you'll just have to unfollow me, loves, and stop hearing anything about Amanda. If you don't like me, God bless.
They couldn't get our Fat Tuesday. Look at my fine ass man though, y'all. Y'all see him though. You know what? Cause you know, yeah. Look at my man. You see him with his ring on. Don't mind his ashy knuckles. But yeah, you see him though. That's my man.
I can't tell, did they ever upgrade his wheelchair? I know for like a while when she was initially getting money for her GoFundMe, she said she was raising money to try to upgrade his wheelchair, even though some people were saying that his insurance would likely cover it because he likely has Medicaid. Maurice took the time to unblock me today to let me know a few things. One, he claims that the money that him and Mandy were flexing was not earned from a scam. Two, he was like, I don't know why you're bringing up the GoFundMe because we started that a year ago. But I mean, she was just posting it as of recently. I mean, just like before she started posting all this money that she was flexing. And if the GoFundMe isn't needed anymore, then just shut it down. And then he also wanted to clear up that the money that was given to him by Jessica's dad on the show, when the dad acted like he was loaning her money for an engagement ring, or loaning Maurice money to get Jessica an engagement ring, he claims that was just a scene they were acting out for the show. He claims Jessica's dad actually didn't give him any money at all. Now I want to talk about what went down while Maurice and Mandy were in Las Vegas. Maurice decided to hit up Jessica and try to see his son since he wasn't too far away from her. And apparently he tried to hit her up a few weeks before he went to Vegas because this trip was planned. He sent me these receipts that show a few weeks before his trip, he reached out. He's like, hi, Jessica. I'm going to drive down there. I can come there Monday, October 27th. I can meet you at Malik's school when he gets out. I'd love to see his school, and I'd love to take him to Chuck E. Cheese's or a trampoline park or a kid-friendly place for fun. You can stay with us so he can be comfortable. We got him some clothes and stuff. It's going to be a drama-free family time. I will come there and I can spend however long he's okay with, a few hours or however long you're free, for I know he has school so we can come after. If you prefer Sunday, that's an option too for a few hours. Just let me know. And he sent her some question marks. She wasn't responding. It doesn't look like she ever gave him a clear answer if he'd be able to see Malik when he came down. So then he touched down in Las Vegas and started blowing her up again. He starts blowing her up at 10:30 at night saying, Jessica, I just made it to Las Vegas. Can I come see Malik tomorrow or the next day, please? And she's like, he said, look, either reply or I'm just popping up. Simple. I need and want to see my son. And I don't think that's going to be good just to like pull up and pop up at her parents' house unannounced. And then she didn't reply here. And then she replied the next morning and she said, listen, don't text me at 11 p.m. I'm asleep. I have a child to get up with and get ready for school. I'll let you know we are busy. And he said, how busy can you be? I've been asking you this damn near a week, 2 weeks ago, and I was just letting you know I was in Vegas. If you're so busy and sleep, you wouldn't never read it. Simple. Why is he copping an attitude with her? Why are you trying to further damage the relationship you have with her? You should be working on bettering your relationship with her. And he said, you got men out here who really don't try and will be like F you and your son. And as you can see, I'm trying here even though I'm shut up. Listen, don't worry. I'll be at your parents' house, and if the police gotta come, I'll be there with the sheriff. And then he told Jessica that She forever has the excuse. He says, I've been trying for 4 years. I have evidence that you just want me to hit you and talk to you. Nah, it ain't happening. You mad that I check in my son? That's sad. How fast you read my messages. You let me know you not busy. Obviously you up on the phone, just like how my wife reached out to you out of respect, trying to make amends just for his sake. Don't matter if it's not or 10 years from now, I'm not going to stop. I want to see my son. He's still a baby. I have time to still be in his life. Like, you can't keep him from me. You're the reason I can't see him. I've been asking. You forever have an excuse. And if it wasn't for your mama and daddy, you would need me. How are you denying your son a dad? I'm trying. And you know, I was like, okay, how often are they talking? Well, I did get a receipt of a conversation where he was checking in on his son. He's like, how's he doing? And Jessica's like, he's doing good. You know, he's just all over the place. He's hyper because he's a 5-year-old toddler. You know, that's what a 5-year-old toddler is, all over the place, hyper. And Maurice sent me that and circled it like it was like a bad thing. And I don't want to post the message because it says private information about his school. But yeah, she said that he was hyper. He couldn't sit down. And Maurice was like, yeah, I was the same way at that age too. Well, then Mandy went and she posted on her story a little video and calling out Jessica and saying, oh, Jessica doesn't want Maurice to help. But she was just saying she couldn't even handle the little boy.
I just be trying to figure out why y'all always got my name. Then another thing, y'all steady want to say what he should do for his son, let alone if I post these screenshots right now, he can't even talk to his son, look at his son, see his son, do shit with his son. And we're only an hour away from him right now. We're going to go see him, and this lady, Jessica, said we cannot go on her property. We cannot see the son. So stop saying what he needs to do, what he should be doing with his money. And y'all need to go tell Jessica to let his son. Because she's the only baby mama holding the kid away. He gets to see his daughter. He can't see his son. That's the problem. And y'all keep feeling so sorry for Jessica. Stop feeling sorry for that bitch. Don't feel sorry for her. She don't want no help. Mind you, she was just texting saying how she could hardly handle him. But now she don't want no help. Come on now. I'm tired of her too.
Okay, so she did end up posting that she deactivated her GoFundMe. Then she shared this screenshot of a video message with Malik and Maurice talking about it irritates her because you can see how happy he is and how he can't see his father. Then she said, see, I would post my lawsuit, my DocuSign, but it's none of y'all business. And I think she's talking about where she got all this money from. The $1,000 she was just flexing, which I was speculating was likely from a lawsuit. I did have someone reach out to me, and they said that they know of a lot of people, like especially in California, who are in foster care, who I think she said they're suing the state or something like that. I need to go back and look at the message. They're suing the state or something like that, and they're getting thousands and millions for dealing with SA and foster care. And she said she was speculating that's what Mandy got the money for, but that's just pure speculation. This person told me they knew several people in foster care who got paid a good sum of money from this. But that, like I said, we have no idea if that's the case or not. But now I want to talk about why I think that Jessica isn't allowing Maurice to see his son. I think it's one of several reasons. One, from what I've heard, Maurice has not helped his son out at all in a while. He has not sent his son any Pampers. He hasn't sent his son any clothes. He claims he bought his son clothes and he wants to give it to him, but he hasn't sent any over. And I remember he did an interview a while back, and he's like, oh, Jessica had me blocked. But these receipts show that he's had a line of communication with Jessica these past few months, and she doesn't ask him for child support or for anything. But as a father, you should still want to do those things. The fact that he said that he could just pull up at Jessica's mom's house tells me that he has her parents' address, so he could have easily just sent over a care package. And I feel like if he would have done that, like send something once every few months, that's gonna show that you're being consistent long term. And I feel like Jessica would be more welcoming. And if you can like show that, and then if you're still making all this effort and doing all these things that you need to do, and then you could be like, okay, yeah, maybe she isn't being fair in this situation. But if you haven't been doing anything for the child, and then all of a sudden you want to pop up and give the child all these gifts now that you got all this money when you haven't been consistent, I think Jessica fears that he's just trying to be on some social media shit. Like he's just trying to pop in, go take out his son for a few hours, take a bunch of pictures, and act like he's Father of the Year on social media. Like he's been doing all these things even though he hasn't been consistent financially. And I think also bringing Mandy around. I mean, if I was Jessica and I know that Mandy's going to be there, I wouldn't feel comfortable going around, because no matter what, it's going to be 2 against 1. Mandy's always going to back up Maurice, and there's already bad blood. It's already going to be hard enough for her to have to deal with Maurice, and then you got to deal with Mandy on top of that. I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. I would feel like, okay, we're going to do this. You're not allowed to bring your phone. You're not going to be taking all these pictures. Or, like, there needs to be a rule that you're not going to be taking pictures and, like, posting them on social media, like, until we're in a place where we're comfortable. I don't know. I think she's also scared of their intentions, because the way Mandy took the message that Jessica sent Maurice when Maurice was like, how's my son? He checks in on his son. And when Jessica says, oh, he's good, but he's hyper, he's all over the place. And when Mandy sat there and used as ammo as a way to make Jessica sound like, oh, she can't even handle her son. The fact she did that is she's going to sit there and spill the son's business when she hasn't even seen the son and Maurice hasn't even seen the son. Imagine what they would do if they actually saw the son. Like, I can understand her concern. Like, they seem like the type they're going to go see Malik, and if he has any little scratch or bruise on him from the playground, they're going to be taking pictures and trying to act like, oh, Jessica's a bad mom. She's not taking care of her son. You just really have to be able to trust who you bring around your children and know that they're going to respect your boundaries. And, I mean, they honestly cannot get along on the internet. So if they can't even get along on the internet, then how are they going to get along in person in front of a child? And at the end of the day, the emotional stability for this child is what's most important, and making sure that if he is going to come in his life, that he is consistent, continues to show up. I am glad he's able to video chat with his father, and he does know who his father is. And hopefully he does get to that point where he is able to see his father. But I don't know. I just don't think it's good if he does to have Mandy there from the jump. Like, they got to figure out a situation where Jessica and Maurice can just meet up somewhere. Like, maybe they can go meet up at a McDonald's somewhere, agree not to have phones, and just be in the moment, hanging out with the child. And, that's it. Not be trying to talk negatively about the other parent. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for watching.